If you're a coach or a healer and you're trying to get more clients for your business, then listen up, because the trying to get clients for your business is the thing that is actually stopping you getting clients for your business. I know, it sounds crazy, but bear with me. Where everybody's out there all doing the exact same content. Everybody's out there all having to do content because it grows your business and it brings clients your way. But the thing is, if you want to build a coaching business that doesn't feel like work and that can fit nicely into your life and that can support your life, you have to enjoy it. But everybody comes onto content thinking it's just another job, it's just another thing, it's part of our to-do list, but they hate the actual process of creating content. The thing is, content is actually meant to be creative. We have been given this portal of opportunity that we can talk to people all over the world, and we sit there with this opportunity, put vague as fuck shit out, and they call it a job well done. We don't sit there and think we've got this portal of opportunity where we get to share our message with the world in the most creative ways we can possibly think about. We just think, let's just create content because we have to do it to get clients for our business. And that is the reason why your business isn't growing. That is the reason why your content isn't doing well, because it is just another tick box exercise. But the thing is, when you're in that tick box exercise, you are suppressing every part of yourself. The thing is, when you show up with passion, when you show up your true, authentic, magnetic as fuck self, the thing that doesn't, that's when you're not actually trying. That's when things actually start happening with your content. Think about it like when you were a child. When you were a child, you could literally sit and colour in for hours. You could sit and draw. Even if you weren't the best artist, you could sit and go for a hike and you'd be going on this massive epic adventure to an uncharted land. As an adult, we go on a hike to stay fit. We go on a hike to do X, Y, and Z. Every little bit of our journey from child to adult, our imagination is pushed to the side. You're told, grow up. You're not 5 anymore, do this. You're not 10 anymore, do this. Then as an adult, you're like, we'll only do what we need to do because it's actually going to do something for us. Like, we're only going for that hike because it's actually going to make us lose weight. We're actually only going to go for that walk in nature because it makes us, it clears our head. Or we only are going to create content because we want to grow our business. But as a child, you would have done all these things and turned it into this massive bit of imagination, and it's just been battered out of us. Or we don't want to do anything unless we're getting something from it. But my friend, that is the thing that is blocking your magnetism. And this is what I mean, like, when I say you have to create from a place of being, not from a place of fear. It needs to be aligned action. And that comes when you've got that little spark, when you've got that imagination, when you want to be creative for the sake of it. And that's why I have definitely ran with the mantra, as long as I'm helping one person, I don't care. I'm coming on here, I'll create the video I want to create, and I'll do what I want to do, and I will get to help people and potentially work with people in the process. But at least at the end of the day, I'm getting to be creative. I'm getting to use my imagination. I'm getting to come up with all these thoughts and beliefs and what I think leads to a successful business. I get to share that with the world, and that is awesome. Whether it leads to a client, whether it doesn't matter. Somebody is hearing my message, and if it helps them in any way, shape, or form, that is a benefit. That is a bonus. And in this job as a business consultant, marketing consultant, one of the things that I've always see or hear is the people that actually go onto social media or go onto YouTube or go into Google or whatever to create content, the ones that do it without going and trying to get a course from some guru, without doing all these algorithm forcing steps, would they just pick up their phone, create an Instagram account and start putting content on it? They're the ones that actually blow up. Why? because they're not doing it for anything. They're doing it because it's fun. They're doing it to share their story with the world. And they're not trying to be anything. And as soon as you start trying to be the content creator, as soon as you start trying to be the coach and not yourself, you dull your magnetism down. And that's the thing. If you really want to become good at creating content, you have to stop giving a shit. Just you do you. Forget what anybody else thinks. Because when you get into that element where you're coming from a place of, I get to create content and share my message with the world, and not I have to create a piece of video content, or I have to create a blog post, or I have to create a social media post. When you come from that place of, I get to do this, I get to share my message, I get to be super creative, I get to use my imagination. When you create from that place and you let yourself express fully, the difference in the content is night and day. The whole energy in that piece of content changes. Because when you're coming at it like this, from this place, you're probably just sitting there talking like, When you're coming at it from an imagination, creation, and all that, and you're excited to actually get to do this, you look happy, you look passionate, you're putting off that vibe of the person who's actually doing the thing that you're talking about, not the person that's just speaking off a script because they have to. And I know you're like, well, I don't want to say the things. If I say that and I say what I really think, people aren't going to like me. People are going to give me hate comments. People are going to do all this, and who cares? Like I said, you do you. When you do you, you do upset people. Not everybody's going to like you. And that is okay, because if they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you and they're not going to watch your content. So why do you give a fuck what they think? And just to add more to that, see the people that do leave you hate comments, they're actually helping you grow your account, because they're putting an extra comment on your video for you to then go reply to with a thank you or whatever you want to reply to it. Just do it with integrity. But whatever you want to do with that comment is another comment, and the algorithm's like, oh, look, they're getting comments. The algorithm can't tell. It's a bloody machine. So if you really want to attract more clients, you have to do this differently. Yeah, it'll make your life so much easier, so much funner. Imagine content creation didn't have to be a tick box exercise. Imagine you get to be creative and you get to do the damn thing. Not, I have to do that thing for my business, for my goals, for whatever. What if you actually just fall in love with the process of creating content? How differently would you show up then? Because then you get to show up. You get to be inspired. You get to show up. You get to try and be creative. And if it's not good, who cares? Because you had that opportunity and you've got another one tomorrow or later on that day or whenever you want. You're not going to kill anybody by putting out a bad piece of content. Ask that little girl or ask that little boy, if you had this stage, what would you do? Like, would you be dancing out there, giving it all your vibes? What would you be doing? And have fun. One thing when you're trying to embody the role of the person that you want to become, is that person still hating on their content because it's got low views? No, they're like, it brings me clients, it brings me this, it brings me money, it brings me all the good stuff. I love that I get the opportunity to create content. But as long as you're coming at it with I have to create another video today, or the first job to do today is to create another video. As long as you're coming at it like that, it's going to feel fucking horrible. And you're not going to be magnetic as fuck because your energy is not there. Today is the prime example for me, because I had a client, in-person client today. And before that, I done some scheduling and done some stuff. And then after it, I said, right, I'll leave the video till later. Hence the reason it's a bit darker. We forgot to put the light on. Oh well, shoot me, I don't care. I'm getting to my little opportunity to give you this content. But anyway, so I had all that stuff to do and I was like, we're not going to do this video. And the thing is, I knew I wanted to create this video. I wanted to create it. So I was like, but as the day went on, I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, oh well, we'll get it tomorrow. No big deal. Nothing lost. No, nobody's hurt, nobody's broken. Everything's good. And at that point, after everything, I thought, I'm going to go for a nap. And went for a nap, got up, only about half an hour, 20 minutes. That is a game changer as well, by the way. If you want to actually feel good, go for a nap. I would highly recommend it. But then when I woke up, this very idea was in my head, waiting on me. I was like, oh my God, all day I've been wondering about this video idea. Didn't know what it was going to be, so I was like writing the video off. And then the video idea came. And yeah, it might be a little bit dark and it might be a little bit this. And hopefully you've watched it, but it gave me this chance. While my dinner's cooking, I get this chance to create content and share it with the world. And that's bloody awesome. And with that little shift in perspective, when you're not thinking, I fucking hate this, and you're actually like, I quite enjoy this. This is a good little chance for me to come and speak to you. It's a good little chance for me just to have some fun. When you think about it like that, you're not thinking of all the steps of the hook, the intro, and all, your content is so much better. It's so much better. And it makes your life so much easier.